Hey everyone, and welcome back to While You Were Cleaning. Today I have another thrift store DIY to share with you. Today we're going to be making this gorgeous book lamp, and I can't wait to show you how it's done. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please hit that like button, please comment, and please subscribe, and we'll go ahead and get started. In the thrift store, you'll want to pick up 4 different books that stack nicely on top of each other and with colors that complement each other. All of these books came with dust jackets on them, so you want to remove those dust jackets and then stack your books from largest to smallest. We are going to be drilling holes in these books, so you're going to need to use a C-clamp to make sure that your books stay steady. For the next step, you'll need to find the center of your stack of books. So I started off measuring from corner to corner, marking whatever the middle inch was. Mine was 5 inches. And then I checked those measurements by measuring from every side as well. This center is where we're going to drill a hole to put the wire for the light bulb through. So our drill bit is big enough to hold the base of our light bulb, and we're drilling through the top 3 books. For the next step, we're going to drill some holes in some different sections throughout the book. These holes are going to be used for some screws that we're going to add, and this will help hold the stack of books together. The first set of screws are going to go under the cover of the top book on my stack. I made marks where I wanted to drill the holes, and then we used a C-clamp to hold the stack of books steady. These first 2 holes are only going as long as my screws are, just through the top 2 books. I'm going to need to add 3 sets of screws throughout my stack of books because of the length of my screws. So the second set of screws are going to start halfway through the second book on my stack. Again, I'm going to use a C-clamp and then drill holes, making sure that they are in a different spot than where my first set of holes were. My third set of holes are going to start halfway through my third book, and they're also going to be in a different spot to where my other sets of holes were. I'm going to be using the lighting kit from the inside of this lamp in order to light my lamp. You'll need to take your lamp apart. Take a good look at the gold part of this lamp. When you pick a lamp from the thrift store, you want to make sure that you have one that looks like this because the wires on the inside are easy to get to. Also make sure that you do not get an old lamp because you want to make sure that the lighting kit that you use is safe to use. Here I am just trying to get the wires separate from all of this gold hardware. So you need to pull all of the gold off so that you can see where the wires are so that you can take them off. Next, we're going to take the wires off of this black and silver piece. Make sure that you mark one of your wires with a piece of tape so that you remember which wire belongs on which side of this piece. This piece has a silver and a gold side with a silver and gold screw, so I used some silver duct tape to mark the side that meets silver. Now I just need to untie the top and pull out this wire from the middle of the gold tube. Next, it's time to assemble my lamp. This black book is my 3rd book down in my stack, and my center hole only goes to this black book. So we are going to draw a track and then cut it out, and this is where the wire is going to come out the side of my books in order to be plugged into the wall. So you'll need to cut out a space big enough so that your wire can lay flat, so that the book can still lay closed flat. Here you can see my cord will fit along this track. So I'm going to go ahead and insert the wires through this hole, and this is again my 3rd book down in my stack. I'm only going to put the wires far enough in the book to where my 3rd set of screw holes were drilled in the book. Pull your wires through to this point, and then we're going to start attaching our books together. Also make sure your cord is laying along the track that you cut out. So I lined up my 3rd and my 4th books together, making sure that the drill holes lined up, and then I'm just going to add these 2 screws to hold these 2 books in place. Next, you're going to start feeding your wire again through that center hole, through the rest of your third book, and then we're going to go into the second book. Feed your wire into the second book until you come to the beginning of that second set of drill holes. Again, line up your drill holes, and then we're going to add some screws to these holes to hold the second and third books together. And then again, we're going to feed these wires through the center hole, through the rest of that second book, and then into the first book until you get to that front cover. You open it up, and there are your first set of drill holes. Go ahead and line the drill holes up with each other, and then add your last set of screws to hold this top and second book together. And then feed your wire through the top cover of your first book. Here is a little overview of how all the books look together at this step. Next, I'm going to feed my wires through this gold tube that came along with the lamp that I took apart. You may or may not have this gold pipe piece, so you may have to go out and buy one, or yours may be a little bit shorter. It just completely depends on your lamp. So once I pull my wires through this gold piece, I'm going to go ahead and start screwing it through the top of the books, down as far as it can possibly go. If you do not have this gold piece, or you have a shorter gold piece, you may need to use some E6000 at this step and just glue the base of whatever your lamp kit looks like into the top of your books. I pulled these wires down so that they are shorter, and then I'm going to tie them together again. The stack of books still has some movement to it at this point, and so I'm going to use this piece of lace ribbon to tie my books together so that there is no more movement with this open edge of the books. I'm just going to be tying this as a bow, and then my husband is also pushing down on the books so that all the pages are tight together. Now we are going to reassemble this light together. So my wire with the silver duct tape on it is going to be reattached to this side that has the silver on it. And then the remaining wire is going to be attached to the gold side. Now we need to add back on the gold cover, and this you just need to twist a little bit in place and then push it down, and it will snap back into place. And here I wanted to give you one final look of this book lamp with the light bulb on. I chose this Edison bulb for the top because I think it goes so well with the vintage vibe that this book lamp gives off. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. Bye!